Wasted Potential Podcast is brought to you by Has Been Toys. This holiday season, give your children the hottest toy of the year. It's the P. Diddy action figure. It comes equipped with cases of baby oil, a go bag, a bottle of sleepy flavored Ciroc, and 10 phrases including, "I'm shutting down the studio. Vote or die, motherfucker. Puff Daddies for kids." Only available at Walmart.
Hey there, little kids. Are you tired of being stuffed in lockers because you're a fucking nerd? Tired of having your egg salad sandwich being squashed by the popular kids during lunch? Well, Has Been Toys is a solution for you. We have partnered with Pew Research Facility and the NRA to find out what your issue is. You don't have protection? So, we have developed a thing just for you, you nerds. Introducing the Pounding Phonies Blunderfin. The only way to protect yourself is to combat against those phonies. The Pounding Phonies Blunderfin is an automatic flintlock that has the ability to hold 450 pounds of fun to use against your bullies. Only weighing at 56 pounds, the Pounding Phonies Blunderfin can be easily hidden in your backpack or even your lunchbox. It comes in almost every color, including your best-selling color, Camouflage Joy. But wait, you're probably saying to yourself, "Hey guys, is there a matching outfit with it?" Well, of course there is. Buy within the next 120 days and we'll throw in a matching trench coat with it, the same color as your Pounding Phonies Blunderfin, all starting at $14.99 at your local Field Piece store. Order now for this holiday season.
This holiday season, keep your loved ones safe with My First Little Taser. Bad guys better watch out this holiday season, as this taser is small enough to fit in your pocket or purse, but packs 50,000 volts. This Christmas, aim for the balls.
Hi, I'm Shane from Has Been Toys. For all my life, I've had confidence issues going on dates with hot guys and some elephant women. A hole is a hole, at the end of the day. Am I right? Every time one of these hot, sexy men or beasts of burden go with me into the bedroom, I'm a little frightened. That's because I'm afraid they won't like my bunghole. But not anymore. I've created an on-the-go kit that can fit right in your purse or jacket pocket so you can fix your confidence issues. Introducing my pride and joy coloring kit, Color Me Rectum. Color Me Rectum is a small kit of assortments of brushes and dabs with hundreds of different color schemes so you can spice up your bunghole. When that time feels right to show off your hole, simply go into the restroom, take out your kit, choose whatever color you want, take your brush, and Color Me Rectum your hole. You won't believe the reaction you will get when your partner sees your once brown hole turn into anything you design it to be. You can draw a cat, a penguin, or even the Batman symbol on your rectum. Do whatever you want and show it off. I personally like the drawn color I Love Mom with a heart on my anus. But if you need instant change, me, Shane, has also created a mini spray cans for instant imagination. My lawyers also want me to say, the intent of this product is for coloring your asshole and creating art, not to shove the brushes or cans in your ass for more pleasure. And do not huff the spray cans for even more of a high. Order now so your rectum can look as good as mine. Don't forget, I'm Shane from Wasted Potential Podcast.
Nothing completes the holiday shopping list this season like the S&M Sally and Sam dolls. This leather-laced lads and lasses come equipped with whips, chains, and baby powder to squeeze them all snug and tight into their playtime costumes. Don't forget your safe words for year's Yuletide fun.
Welcome to Wasted Potential Podcast. It is a festive, wonderful holiday podcast, our 5th annual holiday podcast here with us at this wonderful establishment. I am Ronnie, your host, and with me today to lock down this beautiful Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the holiday season is our dear friend and compatriot, the flaming ferret himself, Hobo Dan. Hello, Hobo Dan.
What's going on, Ron? Happy to be back once again.
We are glad to have you back. How you been this year? We're wrapping up the year. You haven't been on in quite a while there. So how's your 2024 been as we wrap up this season?
I've had better, if we're being quite honest. I've had better years in my life, but, it shapes me. I know I'm in the holiday giving spirit. I'm in Chile right now, trying to teach sign language to the puffinfish here, so...
Well, excellent. I'm so glad that you're giving back to those local puffinfish. They've been decimated by hurricanes and then just being eaten by those dirty, dirty people over there in Chile.
Know. It's garbage over here.
Oh, here we go. So you'll notice something. Something is missing this holiday season there, Dan. And my gift to you and to the listeners this year is Shane is not here. Insert the fireworks and the festive holiday horns there. But Shane couldn't be here. He's lost out in the Norwegian tundra. He didn't want to be there, but we sent them out there to do an insider issue on the good people of Norway, and we didn't get him a return flight home. So he's kind of stuck out there. So this year, just going to be you and I as we do a commentary track on 1992's Batman Returns.
Wow. We get to watch Batman Returns, which was number 2 on my Krampus list, and number 1 was Shane not being here. So what a day so far.
I'm glad that all your wishes were coming true. It's honestly a holiday miracle, but we're excited to be here for our actual first ever Christmas movie. Because for 4 years we just didn't do Christmas movies because I thought Small Soldiers was a Christmas movie, and it's not. So then ever since then we just didn't do any of them. So nothing says Merry Christmas like Batman.
I know, right? And then so we've done Soldiers. Did we do Casper or no?
We did not do Casper. We
didn't do Casper. Ugh.
We did. Shane and I did a Dreamcatcher one year. Last year we all did Constantine Christmas, and then we did everyone's favorite movie, Welcome to Mooseport, for a second one. Everyone's favorite movie about betrayal. Welcome to Mooseport. Check out that. It's probably our greatest
tearing me apart, Ray
time.
Romano.
You're tearing me apart, Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Okay. So this year for our festive holiday fun, just for you and I, we have a signature drink. Our signature drink this year is called the Pudgy Penguin. It's 2 parts vodka, 1 part orange juice, 1 part ginger ale. It's good for a nice cold day like it is out here in Southern California, or a nice warm day like it is out here in Southern California. So it's a good drink year round. For our commentary track, we have drinking games to keep the games on fun and keep them all coming. So then whenever this happens on the screen, we have to drink. Dan, what was your drinking game for this year?
So I had several, but I had to narrow it down to, I think, the one that might punish us the most, which will be anytime the movie does a sexual reference or innuendo, we will have to drink.
Yes, in this kids' movie, sexual innuendos, they go hand in hand, especially if you're P. Diddy.
Ooh, there it is.
My
Or
drinking
Jay-Z.
game this year, free Jay-Z. Drink every time the penguin runs, whenever he waddles his way away from Batman or towards something, or dives into a crowd head first.
There you go.
We're going to drink.
That man could be a successful tight end in the NFL.
He would decimate or get decimated. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, still fun.
This year, I don't have shot or knots that are specifically about this movie. We'll just talk about, behind the scenes kind of stuff. But we do have some drinking, like trivia games. Dan, what trivia game did you do for us this year?
Mine is, I called it Penguin or Not, so I'll just give penguin or penguin-related facts the entire time.
I love that this podcast, half the time, just does animal facts, because we're all just weirdos who like animal facts in movies. It's kind of my favorite little thing that we do.
We got to be educational once in a while here on the Waste of Potential.
And then we also got to bring non-educational things. So my trivia games this year are Bat quotes. I have quotes from famous Batmans, and Dan, you have to guess which Batman movie or TV show it's from, and then I guess for extra points, you could tell me like the actor as well. But if you get the movie or the TV show, you'll get the actor. So whatever one, give me one of them, and then we'll call it even. I got a plethora of different Batmans. Hopefully, they will surprise you. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm not well informed, especially with like the comic books or the TV show or TV series. So, that'll probably be shitty on that one.
I try to keep it so that you had a chance, but I also don't remember which Batman movies you have seen, so it will be fun for the whole family, really.
I think I've seen all of them, honestly, besides the Gotham TV series. I'm not sure if Batman's even in that. And then I've been seeing the old ones with Bruce Valanche.
Missed it by that much.
So
last, Adam West. Last but not least, Bruce Valanche. Last but not least, this is our 5th year of doing this. If you're enjoying it, let us know. Subscribe, follow us, give us a like on YouTube, or subscribe on YouTube. Whatever, reach out to us there. We've been really busy. It's been hard the past couple of years, but we're still here. We're making sure we hit the major holidays. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to a end of the year wrap up, but regardless, Dan and I are here. We're the fun ones everyone loves anyways. We're the ones who do the behind-the-scenes work. So forget Shane, but if you care about us, then follow, subscribe, listen, etc. We're going to start our commentary track where the Warner Brothers Pictures logos pops up at about like 20 seconds, I think.
Yes, and we have 2 hours and 6 minutes left.
About 30 seconds. Here we go. Okay, Dan, you ready?
Yep, let's get this done.
Okay.
Take that, Shane.
3, 2, 1, and a Merry Christmas to
Merry
all.
Christmas. Yay. Cheers, no shame. We love it.
Cheers. Yeah. Here, I should just pop this bad boy open right there. And I love how this movie ends. Opens.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. My first note is this thing is beginning is some Rosemary's Baby shit.
Right. You have Pee Wee Herman himself, Paul Reubens.
Is that actually him?
That's Paul Reubens, yeah.
Wow. Rest in peace. He's in the movie theater in the sky playing of himself.
Yeah, the reuniting from Pee Wee's. They wanted to get Burgess Meredith, who played the Penguin in the Adam West version, but he couldn't do it. I think he was like dying.
Oh god, just like Alfred in this freaking film. He's so old.
Yeah, and then she's also from Pee Wee. She's Dottie. She's the diner chick. Oh, I love this so much. Like they have the penguin locked up in this little cage.
I know, right?
he grabs the cat. This is like Tim Burton at his most Tim Burton-y.
Yeah. Did Tim Burton do the one previous to this?
Yeah, he did the first two, and then his big plan was to do Superman. I'm sure you've heard of this, where like it was going to starring Nick Cage. It was based upon a script by Kevin Smith.
Oh God!
He's like it's one of those famous Hollywood movies that never been, and then because of money and productions and rights, it just never worked out. But then the only other thing I remember from it is Christopher Walken was going to be casted as Brainiac. So it was a whole thing, and then.
Wow.
That Flash movie has a reference to it where it's CGI's Nicolas Cage's face as Superman. It's a whole thing.
Oh.
And then
yeah.
Shuck him.
Just deuces. I'm like, there's so many other options you can do besides this. This is like the last option.
This is like the most fucked up option. It's like throwing a bag full of cats into the river and watching them drown.
I even said like, oh my God, out loud. Like watching this. I forgot they just shuck them.
Dude, it's so dark. I love it. Like, this is like the darkest Christmas movie. But like, I'm like a weirdo who likes dark Christmas movies. I like
I'm the same.
Krampus. Yeah. Krampus is amazing. Gremlins is amazing.
I just watched that last night, actually.
Which one?
The Krampus movie.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. Love it.
Well, I saw that in theaters when it came out, and I thought it was stupid. Because I think I wanted it to be more violent and stuff. I wanted it to be R. And then I rewatched it last night, and I'm like, this isn't bad.
Well, it's like perfectly campy, and it kind of works of like having your tons of your Christmas traditions. It's a little more cynical, and it definitely has a darker kind of edge to it, but it's still kind of fun. So, it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for just like a kind of a silly Christmas movie, but it's got all the trimmings, but then like it's fun and a little dark. It's pretty great. So there's our logo. And then the introduction where this is so like also Tim Burton-y, where it's like this industrial kind of like sewer vibe. Everything's dark and corridor. This is where Tim Burton shines in like this, like these like, I don't know, like this very gothic kind of design.
It's Tim Burton-esque, but not over the top, like he usually does with some of his movies.
Well, I think the problem is you get 2000s Tim Burton is when things get CGI. Like when he breaks away from practical kind of sets, you get like your Alice in Wonderland. It looks like a fucking nightmare. That the Charlie and Chocolate Factory is so ugly. The wife and I were rewatching Sweeney Todd this during like the Halloween season, and I like it except for there's a bunch of CGI they use when it kind of goes through like the alleyways of London. And like that looks really ugly, but the rest of it, like the actual sets and design, looks really good. But when it's like the CGI Tim Burton's when it gets ugly.
That's the one that's got like tomato juice as blood, right? It's like orange.
Oh yeah, but that's how all his movies are. We also rewatched Sleepy Hollow, where like that red is so, like you said, it looks like a V8 almost. It's so bright because everything else is so Tim Burton-y dark and contrastedly all the colors soaked out of it, like that red and that orange look to it.
Yeah, I always want to rewatch what's the one, Headless Horseman or Sleepy Hollow. That's the one I wanted to rewatch, but I know you guys did that in the very beginning, I think.
No, we never did that one.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay, never mind.
No, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's too like goofy and it's not really horror-y at all, but it's a fun kind of like, it's like super silly. So like if you're cool with it being like not being scary whatsoever, it's very
just
silly.
Accept that it's Tim Burton.
Well, like this movie, you have to accept that like you're gonna have some bunch of fucking penguins walking around raising Danny DeVito in nightmarish like makeup.
Yeah. But
what's funny about this movie is like I feel like the first 30 minutes, Bruce Wayne and Batman are barely in it at all. I think there's so much kind of rebuilding of the Penguin, the buildup of Gotham and Selena Kyle, and then you're like, oh yeah, I forgot it's also a Batman movie.
I know, right? It's kind of like a beginnings of Penguin and Christopher Walken movie, which I forgot Christopher Walken is in this, and it was like a little treat seeing him pop up in a second.
Yeah, Shane's going to be sad because he can't be here to do his one thing he's good at, which is doing a Christopher Walken impression.
And being late and unprepared.
Yeah, and eating on the podcast. I'm sure when I have a couple of drinks, I'll try to do my terrible Christopher Walken impression that people have made fun of and made videos about of how fucking terrible.
I tried it last night and I gave up, so I can't do it. But let's start off with, I'll do one of my trivias. How about that? For a penguin or not? Yeah, because we got our first glimpse of the penguin fins on the sewer right there. So I guess the first one is true or false. Penguins have the average lifespan in the wild of only 10 years. True or false?
I don't think birds have that long a lifespan, so I'm gonna go true with that.
Ooh, it is false. It's actually 20 years.
Oh, fucking birds. Drinking.
I know, right? But penguins aren't the most suitable.
Are you pro-penguin or anti-penguin?
In the zoo or in general?
In general, in life. Like, do you want to see them die from global warming or do you want to protect them?
No, this is a hot topic on Twitter all the time that I dabble in. They deserve their rights. They deserve their due in society. But I'm pro-penguin. I always go see the penguins when I'm in the Uganda Zoo. So, what about you?
Yeah, like yourself. I don't like penguins. I think they're overrated. I think they're ugly and they smell like shit. But people love them. I think animated penguins are cute. I think real life penguins are ugly as fuck.
I just think they're adorable and they shouldn't be at any zoo in the northern hemisphere. I think that's sad.
Unless they're in unless they're like South African penguins. It always fucking throws me that penguins like live in the southern hemisphere and like Alpha Africa, or they have those like South American ones too. Yeah,
I got trivia on that one later. We'll get to in a bit. Yeah,
We'll stifle the
spoil it
penguin
just yet.
talk then.
But we got Christopher Walken here. Oh, his hair is wonderful.
Doing his Mr. Burns impression where he wants to have a nuclear power plant and siphon the power from Gotham.
Release the hounds.
Then we have Selena Kyle. In my opinion, played perfectly by Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. I misspelled her name like 10 million times on my notes. I just gave up.
Michelle Swiffer.
There, I guess Swiffer Sweeper.
I think she's great because she just plays like this like mousy, sad, kind of pathetic person, but then she's like, she's funny and then does the full campy Catwoman thing. So I love her in this. She's phenomenal.
I'll do a hot take here. Every single villain in, like, you could say this 4 Batman movies that are in like the late 80s and like early mid 90s, all the villains ham it up. They just go full 2 feet into their role, which I absolutely love. I need to rewatch the next 2, but I remember them just going ham on their acting.
You'll notice a total change in the movies after this because, like, Joel Schumacher takes over after Tim Burton leaves. Oh, he's running. He's running. Drink.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, our first one. All right. I'm drinking when it's not even anything, so it's gonna be a long podcast.
Yeah, I had to start only drink when we have our rules because otherwise I get sloshed. Yeah, so my wife was like, "This isn't a Christmas movie." I'm like, "It totally is." Because look at it, it's a fucking tree.
Look at it, Christmassy. Look. It's the same thing. I think we discuss every year, or everyone talks about is Die Hard movies or the Christmas movie kind of thing.
Yeah, and I saw some kind of fun meme that kind of said it perfectly. He says, someone said, Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie because it takes place on Christmas. It's because it's about a man who has to like suck it up through a Christmas party, and then when shit falls apart and gets disruptive, he has to resolve it. I don't know. It's a really funny like take about like like shit hits the fan like that. I think that's Smack Schmick with Bill Cosby. It looks like him with Bill Cosby, and it's not. But it's some black guy that looks very. It's very. It's very. What do you call it? It's not in focus, so I'm gonna say that's Max Shrek with Bill Cosby.
No, I don't see. I don't see color, so I didn't notice it really.
Like penguins, they can't see color.
That's a thing.
I don't know, but no one's gonna fact check me.
Yeah,
so there we go.
I got some facts that I'm like, it sounds about right. So yours sounds about right.
I like this. Like, I wish I could hand out world peace and unconditional love, but my impression sounds like I'm doing like Ringo Starr or something. Yeah. I cannot do a good Christopher Walken impression.
Cock of the walk. Mine sounds like it's trying to be English, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
We are not the impressionists on this podcast, but it's okay. You all can imagine Shane doing his impression there.
Oh, if we have to, we'll do a Shane AI for the Christopher Walken impression or something. You sons of bitches, by the way.
Oh yeah, that was perfect, right?
That was perfect.
I think that was I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was Shane's idea or mine idea, but it was pretty great.
Oh, we'll just say it's yours. He's not here.
Yeah, I'll take full credit for it.
And also, Michelle Pfeiffer's useless. She just screams and just stands there. I'm like, woman, use legs.
Well, she is right now, but like obviously when she gets possessed by cats,
that's one of my gripes.
Terrifying.
Well, we can talk about that more when we get there.
We'll get it there.
And also, remember, this is a kids' movie, Ron, with all this fucking machine gun turret shooting everybody.
It's okay though, because no one gets shot until the penguin shoots someone, but I think only one person gets like shot in this movie, unlike the Penguin TV series that we can talk about, where everyone gets fucking murdered. But right now, what I love about these Batman movies is like they have themed all of them. Even the Christopher Nolan ones, they're dark. All the characters have themed like henchmen. These guys are all decked out in like circus gear, and like it's so comic booky and silly. I love it so much.
Yeah, because he was what the origin of Penguin is like his, and for this movie it's something about the circus, right? Like he got his henchmen through the circus, right?
Well, he's raised by penguins, so it almost kind of seems like, he says my family. So, but these are all circus freaks. So it seems like either he was raised by circus freaks, but it says like in the zoo, because like the penguins are in the zoo, right?
Yeah, maybe he went out and when the circus was in town and was raised by them. I think there's something about the circus in this randomly. I wasn't paying much attention like I should have been.
Well, that would make way more sense because like the penguins
Yeah.
find him in the zoo from the sewer. So I'm sure you'll say it again. But it's circus themed, which makes sense. He'd be like a freak show. Drink, he's hobbling, running away.
Oh, and shout out to Danny DeVito. I'll say that. Love me some Danny DeVito.
He's phenomenal. I think in all these, like this, like you said, like this 4 set of Batman movies, he's my favorite villain. Like Jim Carrey goes above over the top and gets like crazy Jim Carrey hammy, but Danny DeVito is like so gross and awesome.
Oh, he's just perfect. He's like I say this for every podcast. I like to think this is the prequel before he became Frank on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
The Frank Reynolds before.
Yeah, Frank Reynolds.
And he dies and reincarnated, or maybe like this is like Frank Reynolds' final phase. He just goes in the sewer.
Final phase. He's transforming.
He becomes a full like sewer rat by the end. Becomes the Penguin.
He just goes crazy and just does all this, and he goes and does all this surgery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a Frank Reynolds. Sounds like an Always Sunny episode. He just lives with the penguins.
I'm a penguin, whatever.
Him and Charlie love going into the sewer. So that's like one of their hobbies. So it's almost there.
It makes sense. I love that 15 minutes into this Batman movie, we finally get Batman.
I know, right? And we miss like the past like couple months. There's been like I guess it's like a meme or a GIF of when Michael Keaton like raises his face when he sees the bat signal. It's like a meme now. It's wonderful.
No, it's so great. I think I sent you one like a day ago where it says something about like drunk or crazy Latinas,
yes,
or single.
Yeah. Or drunk and single Latinas in your area, and you
so
I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I love how they light him. They light him so gaudy and like Captain Kirk and silly. Where, like,
it's like the eyes, right?
Eyes.
It's always
these Tim Burton ones, because I rewatched I only half watched the Jack Nicholson one, and I rewatched this one twice.
So did I. Yeah.
But like the thing of like people shit on Tim Burton. I will shit on Tim Burton, no big deal. But he does a good job making this comic booky and like capturing the feel of comic book movies of the 90s. Like this shit would not fly nowadays. Obviously, this is not how we do comic books, but it's perfect for like the 80s and 90s of like the coloration, how gaudy and gothic it looks. It's pretty great. And then there's the Has-Been Toys.
Which one is it?
Toys with my little laser.
Nice.
My first little taser.
Well, you said to watch. Gives context. You and I both watched, like you said, the one before this. We watched the Penguin series on HBO, and then I also rewatched or half watched the Batman that came out a couple years ago. And this movie is the exact opposite of the Batman.
He's running drink.
Yeah. And it's because like everyone wants dark and creepy, and then this is just silly, ridiculous. It's that
wonderful. Tim Burton tone of goofy and silly, like right now, like the camera's flying through this miniature, like showing like how silly this little zoo is, but it's also extremely dark. The Penguin's plan at the end is to murder all the firstborn children, like he's Pharaoh in like the Bible.
Oh, I know. It's and I don't remember, like I remember watching this as a kid, and I'm like, know anything that's going on. I just remember seeing the Penguin being ridiculous. But as you get older, you're like, oh my god, this is extremely dark.
Yeah, and that's why I think I like this is my favorite one of all the, because I was rewatching the Batman with not the Batman the Jack Nicholson one, and that one's, I don't know, it's really campy and comic booky, but I think this is the one I like because it's like darker, it's got really good visual style. I think the Penguin is more interesting, but I think the problem is also like the Joker's been done so many times.
Yeah,
that like Jack Nicholson falls like middle of the ground Joker to me, while like this is like, oh no, you can't really, I guess can't really talk about it. Colin Farrell's a good Penguin, but this is like my favorite like Batman-y Penguin. Like it's so,
it's more source to the like comic books, obviously.
That are just like he's so ridiculously comic booky. I love it.
Yeah,
he's just like spilling out a lifetime of profiteering. He's like it's so gross and like he's like a phlegmy. I love it.
Half his lines are
yeah, it's him hawking up a fucking loogie
and eating fish. And I love this idea of umbrellas as his fucking weapons. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and it's so stupid, but it's perfect. And I always like felt like he doesn't know which one's which. He just kind of like is looking for the one. It's always like a psychopath who's got like he's playing like Russian roulette with umbrellas.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, that one was a blank.
Okay, since we had our first Batman, I'm gonna give you a quote from a Batman, and you're gonna tell me which one's it from. I'm not gonna.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, tell me the movie, TV show, or the actor, whatever you can decide.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me. Which Batman said that?
Oh God. George Clooney?
No, that was Michael Keaton in 1989 Batman.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he says that when he
first
introduces him when he fights those criminals.
That's okay. Now I remember that now. Okay. Dang it, that was a softball too. Fuck. Sounds like something George Clooney would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Like his Penguin's plan here is I want you to help me get to know like my family, my savvy, reintroduce me to the world. And he's like, I'm going to do that by having a bunch of circus freaks attack Gotham.
Yeah, or my understanding was he was going to use them as like, oh, they're the criminals, and then he's going to save and get rid of them and be the hero, right? And then the mayor thing comes later. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, like Max Schreck's stupid idea is to take this gross like penguin guy and make him a mayoral candidate. So I'm like, okay, that's the stupidest idea ever. But Penguin just wants to be introduced to the world. So then Max Schreck's thinking like, how can I use this puppet to my advantage? Really.
And all Shrek wants is just to get his power plant up and running to steal power instead of to make power.
Yeah. I like this that he's going to blackmail him. He's just got toxic waste sitting in a thermos. It looks like a green split pea soup right here.
A little callback there. Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, Shrek's just obviously an evil, corporate villain there. If fire traps, his documents, all these things, he's just gonna. Him and his henchmen went through
trash and then put a piece together, just shredding him. Like Jesus Christ, I love it.
It's so ridiculous and silly. I love it.
Is there a I'll go for it. Yeah.
So the I was like talking before we started here like I wonder what the penguin budget is, because those are real fucking penguins swimming around in there. Mm-hmm. They had to ship them in here in like a semi ice truck and keep it 32 degrees in the entire set when the penguins are on screen. Like right now you can see in the background there's no penguins, but there's shots where there's penguins and they had to keep them alive. Like those are obviously fake ones, but in the water there are some real ones at some point.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what their penguin budget was.
The penguin budget for Danny DeVito and the actual penguins.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they gotta keep the water at 32 degrees, and a couple people fall in it. So I'm like, that's gotta suck. And swim in that.
Well, I'm sure that they. Mm, I'm trying to think like they would probably do different shots where there's penguins in or not in the water, but I don't know.
I think there's penguins in the water for when the henchman gets shot later, but
No, that's okay. They're a stuntman. They don't deserve rights.
yeah, of course they're not like penguins who deserve rights.
They don't.
Yeah,
Well, penguins look like little like tuxedo wearing guys.
yeah, oh yeah,
They're fucking fancy. They're fancy buds.
And now
Sexual escapades.
Yeah, there we go.
Drink.
Then,
She said sexual escapades.
Yep.
Talking about her cat fucks people.
Yep. And then we get to see the kitty cat. So Catwoman just likes cats in beginning, and then when she gets reincarnated, the cats, because she likes cats so much, they sense that she's an innocent person, so they bring her back to life, I guess.
Christmas magic.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was a Christmas wish.
She's got a full down bed.
Hey man, Gotham City, the rent's pretty high there back in this time.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
But it's an
I think
actual.
in the comic books.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I think in the comic books they always say like Metropolis was New York and Chicago was Gotham. Like that was like the design for those cities.
Oh, okay. Just next to see. Okay, yeah.
As if like the people in the night when they were making these comic books thought like 100 years from now they're gonna have these crazy franchises and be $1 billion industry.
I would say Gotham's more like New Jersey. It's dirty as fuck. There's no nice part of Gotham.
Yeah, so speaking of which, that's why we're watching this. And you mentioned it earlier. Like I just started watching The Penguin just like on Max just for like. Someone said it was good, so I tried it, and then I was like, oh. Then my brain thought, well, then Christmas podcast, Penguin. So let's compare like the Colin Farrell Penguin from like the Batman, world to like this Penguin. And it's Christmas, so 2 birds, 1 stone, pun intended.
That's the joke of the podcast.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, while Max Shrek is going to creep out and then murder Selena Kyle for figuring out his plan here, what are your thoughts on the Penguin?
I didn't want to watch it since the very beginning because I'm like, oh, that's stupid. Why would you do a whole series on Penguin? Like, I just don't see how it's going to be interesting. And then you told me to watch it or recommended it. And then I binged it like in 2 days, and I extremely liked it. It's different. He's the main star, but he's not. There's so many different little like story plots to it, and I love the balance. You try to feel bad for him, but he's still a piece of shit the entire time.
Yeah, I like how he was always evil. Like he's always like a piece of shit doing whatever he wanted because no spoilers there, but like even when he was a kid,
oh my god,
obviously a selfless little shitbird. So like like they show you the backstory to understand him, but they never make him to me sympathetic enough to like feel bad because he's obviously a narcissistic murderer. But it's fascinating. Colin Farrell's pretty great. I like Christina Melody. She's great. Or Melody as like Sophia Falcone. She's really good, just as interesting. But then I was talking to our friend Brian about this. Like the world of the Batman is like phenomenal, and then the Penguin TV show really builds build up after like the Batman movie, like the aftermath of the Riddler, like how shitty and miserable Gotham City is. So I like just how it feels real, lived in, and miserable, and like it needs a Batman, and it needs all these things, and then someone like Oswald Cobb can just thrive in this. So I love just like the feeling of the world of it. So it's pretty great.
Perfect environment for a penguin to thrive. Yeah. But yeah, I'd for sure recommend it. I know you haven't finished the last episode, so I won't spoil it for you. But it ends how you think it would end. How about that?
Yeah, well, I keep hearing the endings really good and stuff. But
Yeah.
that was my when Shane made me do the podcast on the Batman because he wanted to talk about it. I remember like my theory for the sequel was going to be really based upon the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
So I was partially right that they just, I think like literally a month after we did that podcast, like they came out with like the teaser for the Penguin TV show. I was like, oh, that was just a weird surprise coincidence because I'm like, you don't get Colin Farrell if you're just going to put him in the character and get rid of him. So
Yeah.
whatever the Batman 2 is, they'll be building around that and that world.
It should be the Batman. They should make another movie. They should just do a TV series. Just include Batman into the show so it can develop like one episode at a time instead of 3 hours of just darkness.
Well, what I think they're going to be doing is like the Batman movies will be about Batman, and then I'm guessing that this Penguin got really good, reception. So they'll find another side character, Catwoman, or another major villain, and do like another thing. Because I think what helps is having more backstory to your villains, so it feels less, like a Marvel movie where it's kind of like bad guy in 2 hours and kind of done. But whatever. I'm not a person who cares about cinematic universes, but I was surprised. I didn't want to watch it. I enjoyed it though. But here we go. Now these cats are eating Selena Kyle and passing on their demon kitty powers to her.
They're passing off their pussy power to Selena Kyle, so now she's Catwoman all of a sudden. She looks like
pussycat. Kill.
Yeah, she looks like Presley right here for a second when she comes out right here. What's it? Elvis's wife. That was in the top. That was in the that was in the Naked Gun movies.
His daughter or his wife?
His wife, wasn't it? Yeah. Those are the Naked Gun movies.
I don't think, or she was. I don't remember. Lisa Marie's his daughter, though.
Oh, I think, whatever the one that was in the Naked Gun movies, she looks like her briefly, or a cheap Madonna.
Yes, definitely the Madonna look there, but even more crazy.
Milk is the fucking worst, by the way.
What brand of milk is that?
Gotham Foods.
Gotham. Food for less.
Yeah, good value Gotham. Yeah.
Look at that. Like her place looks like it's made out of like steel. See the very top above her head? You can see like the bolts there. Like it's just steel like bars.
They raised they raised a Titanic and built the fucking complex off it.
So she's mad because she hears the name Max Shrek, which I never understood why, but now reading the subtitles because my audio's off. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. She's killing her old life, and now she's going to be crazy. Stab that sock monkey.
Yeah, the cat's like, what the fuck you doing, crazy bitch?
I feel like she does a great job being like unhinged, especially like later when she wants to kill Max Shrek with the gun, her little prostitute gun. Like she just like looks and acts completely unhinged.
No, it's a great like character change, and she does such a good job at it. She's just going crazy. Mm-hmm. And then later when she's Catwoman, she's awesome with that whip though. That's actually her doing it too.
Yeah, she got trained. Supposedly, according to IMDb, she like whipped one of the trainers by accident in the face.
We'll get to this scene later, but then when she whips the heads off, it's all one take, and it's actually her. And there's like videos of it that are online that are pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then, did she just get the idea here to just like, I'm just gonna go full leather?
I guess so. Yeah, maybe
be Catwoman.
Yeah, cats and latex mix pretty well. Okay, maybe that's all she had. That was black, and then it's like, this is it now.
Well, I just didn't get like what motivates her. Like, I get that she wants revenge on Matt Shrek. So then, is the idea that she's making this to not be detected when she's gonna go rob him and blow up his buildings and stuff, or is she just like, I like leather now, but doesn't matter.
Comic book. Yeah,
it's fine. She's the cat lady that JD Vance warns us about.
What the fuck?
I remember that when the presidential campaign, JD Vance called a bunch of like Democrat women, like crazy cat ladies who don't have kids.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, yeah. No, I
It's a
remember
dumb
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It was done.
Oh, I liked it.
Shouldn't have brought politics into this because it would have been nice to have a whole podcast without saying anything. But then I was thinking the entire time when like the Penguin's running for mayor, I was like, I'm getting some vibes here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Oh, I love and now it's hell here now. That's wonderful.
We're living in a hellhole.
Just
There's
leave
Batman
Gotham.
here. Lock him up.
Yeah.
Hell here.
Yeah. Lock them all up. Lock all the pussy cats up.
Crazy cat ladies.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're 30 minutes into this movie and we've seen Batman once.
He said he has 2 lines, 1 line to Selena Kyle. That's it. Yeah.
Quite possibly. I feel like there's always that rumor. I didn't look this up to see if it's true, but the rumor was like Michael Keaton got tired of being upstaged by all the villains, so he didn't want to do another Batman movie. I also heard that it was also money because Keaton didn't want to come back to this, but Burton like quadrupled his salary. He made $10 million off this.
Jesus.
So then I don't know if they wanted it again, and because Burton wasn't there to get him the Schumacher and didn't want to give him the money. But Val Kilmer was a crazy egotistical person, so I bet his paycheck for the third movie was probably tons. But once again, sure. I don't know. Like, you never know with actors why they don't come back for things, but it's fine.
It could be that, or the agent, wants to ask more money, and then that just blows a hole in it. Who knows? It could be the actor, it could be the agent. Who knows? Yeah.
So yeah, I like the Penguin's idea here is I'm going to save a baby, and then everyone's going to love me.
And then he wants to kill them all. It's great.
Well, I like it because he's so fake. Like, he's doing the full, like, it's funny, like, he's playing a politician before he's even a politician. He's doing the whole, like, fake behind like the mask thing of like I act one way and the opposite. This always bothered me, even as a kid. This part where like he comes up to the sewer and like there's no way that would work because like the duck head would hit something. I know it's a stupid nitpicky thing, but it's always bothered me even as a kid. I was like, that doesn't make sense, but
no, of course not.
Doesn't matter. But it's a cool entrance, and Tim Burton's all about not the logic of the scene, but how cool it looks.
Yeah. And also, if I'm there live and a fucking man that looks like a penguin comes out of there, I would freak the fuck out. I wouldn't be standing there. I'd be just fucking running. I would think it's the apocalypse. Everyone's so calm.
Yeah, and I like this little touch they do that like every time the cameras flash on him, he like covers his eyes because obviously living in the sewer, the light would be even more challenging, but he hates it, so it's just like showing he's like a monster. It's almost like Frankenstein.
Yes.
Kind of like Frankenstein's afraid of fire, and he's just kind of like swatting away at the camera flashes. Is pretty great.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was in the script or Danny DeVito just knows his shit what to do.
I'm sure it's probably both because like the flashes have to happen there. But supposedly he stayed in character in between the takes.
Oh my god, that would have been wonderful to be the craft service table, just watching him go.
Just eating fucking sashimi and like tuna.
I want a salmon.
This is cooked.
Yeah. On uncooked.
A Gollum. I want it raw and wiggly.
Yeah. Oh, we finally get Batman talking again, or Bruce Wayne. Or, sorry, he's not even talking, he's just staring confusingly.
He says, I hope he finds his parents.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Michael Keaton Batman? I got a hot take, but what do you think about Michael Keaton?
I've got notes on this too. Little hot take. I'm glad you asked. I don't think he's the best Batman, but he's in the better of the movies. If you just compare these to the 4 in this time frame, everyone raves that he's the best Batman or like he's one of everyone's favorite Batmans. He's not really that good of a Batman. He doesn't really say much, do much.
Yeah, his is more kind of like the symbol. Like he's terrifying.
He's a vehicle for everyone. He's a vehicle for all the villains and everyone else, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think most of that the problem is the script is they don't really give him anything to do. I was thinking like also with like Alfred. Like Alfred is kind of, does jokes because it's all you can kind of do.
And farts.
He doesn't really have much to do. While in like the Christopher Nolan ones or like the Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson one, they're much more kind of focused on like the character of Bruce Wayne and the Batman. So these ones, he's kind of like, he's the hero. I'm the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Bruce Wayne's kind of generic rich guy. He's not like, I like how Christian Bale does it, where Bruce Wayne's like this over the top playboy, and he's obviously not the Batman. Here he plays good. Like Bruce Wayne seems like philanthropist, good moral guy, because like he meets Max Schreck and's like, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah, I know your agenda.
I'm not gonna make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think he's the most boring, but I think that's a problem with the script, not really Michael Keaton in of itself, but he does fine. But yeah, I'm the same way. Like I don't really see more than just generic superhero guy.
Yeah, kind of bland for sure, at least.
I think these scenes work with him and Alfred are talking because like they're doing the whole research and like talking about. There you go. They're like the circus. There you go. Here's the circus thing about the fairgrounds.
And also, not to cut you off, but what was up with the fucking soup? We missed that? Why was that in there?
To show that Alfred's a slave.
No, touche. Like, it's cold. It's kubachas, or whatever the fuck he said. I'm like, what the fuck? Cut that out. Who gives a shit? This movie's 2 hours.
I think
Cut
that's
it.
the point. I think that's the point, though, is like they realize there's no Batman in this Batman movie, so they have to like have Bruce Wayne and Alfred have some banter because it's more about the Penguin and Catwoman, and like they're more interesting, which is like the biggest criticism of most Batman movies, right? Is Batman's the least interesting one, and that's why like the Joker is so enthralling because he's got an interesting character. Speaking of which, Batman quotes. As a man, I am flesh and blood. I can be ignored. I can be destroyed. But as a symbol, I can be incorruptible. I can be everlasting. Which Batman said that?
Incorruptible and everlasting. Fuck. Who the hell would say that? That's not Michael Keaton, right? Give me a hint. It's not Michael Keaton, right?
I already did Michael Keaton. It's not Michael Keaton.
Okay, that's okay. Who the fuck would say that? Sounds... God damn it.
While you're thinking...
Robert Pattinson.
No, that's Christian Bale in Batman Begins. Drink bitch. This is the most like Tim Burton-y scene where like there's a graveyard. It's overlit.
Edward Scissorhands.
We almost watched that last night, actually. We were looking for a Christmas movie. And that's not really Christmassy because like the ending takes place in like I think Christmas, but
it's during Christmas. Yeah, it's considered.
Well, the beginning and the ending are, but like it is what it is. It doesn't matter. Who needs an excuse to watch things? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
we watched it last year.
Like this, I always wonder if if Penguin actually cares his parents are dead, or if this is just a show. And I like just thinking just the show.
I think I was thinking the same thing last night, and I think it's just for show. But he's doing it so well, and especially right here when he talks to the reporters. Because
do you think the Penguin's like plan is to actually be a part of this world, like the Ariel, Little Mermaid, I want to be a part of this world thing, or like he's just long con? Because it seems like the beginning he wants to just be like accepted by this, but the problem is he's a monster and really can't do that.
I think he wants to know his parents, but then I think he wants to overtake the city because when he's in the court of records, he's writing down names, and then he writes those names on an envelope later, and then Catwoman grabs it, and he's like, "Don't touch those." So he's got an agenda. Yeah.
Okay, so this is all a show. What's interesting is, like, obviously his parents were affluent, like they were really rich, because Pee Wee Herman had a monocle. But like, I was wondering, like, in this movie, like, did they when they died, they lose all the money? Because the money would go to him.
Yeah, but they hid the baby though. Like they actually had the baby, so like they kind of, Yeah, but there would be records that they had a kid if he found it. If he found his actual parents, yeah.
Did he find a birth certificate?
I don't think it shows. He just writing down names, so I don't know how he found that. It seems, or yeah, I don't know. Like there's a big gray area there.
It implies, right? Because he's looking at them, so it seems like he found out who they were, but he had two agendas, right?
Yes.
Find out who he is,
mm-hmm.
and then also have his ulterior motive of like, I'm going to murder children.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think that I don't think it's murder children until he gets blackballed or penguin balled.
Well, but he has the list though, like so he always has that as like a backup plan.
I think the list of like high profile people that he wants to get rid of. Maybe, but again, we don't know the names, unless that's the names of like kids.
No, that's what it is because he's looking at children's like birth certificates. He's writing down all the names. So he has this plan. I don't know if that was his plan all along or if that was his backup plan and things got shitty.
Yeah. So I think a little bit of both for sure.
I love how campy Michelle Pfeiffer is. And I love how silly it is. She just does like 14,000 backflips to get away instead of just walking away. She's like...
Still going. Still going. Still going. That would be amazing if that was actually her doing it, but no fucking way.
That's not how this works.
Yeah. Oh, Batman again. We should have drank every time we see Michael Keaton, but that would only be like 5 scenes when he's just Bruce Wayne. Would be so
he's
sober.
More Bruce Wayne than he is Batman in this, though. Like this is more Bruce Wayne-ish.
It's close, I think. Yeah, there isn't that much until like the latter half. Obviously,
I love this idea that his plan is just to make a power plant just to siphon off. Power from the city, and then
for what? Like, what's he gonna do with the power?
The idea is he holds on to the power, so then like in 20 years when when Gotham needs more power, he'll be saving the excess power to be using it. It's almost like a Rick and Morty kind of gag where like he's just using it to like save his own power.
But Christopher Walken has got like a Tim Burton suit that just screams Tim Burton.
Yeah, he's got the stripes and the
bow tie,
the silliness, and just
looks like a Beetlejuice.
Everything is
before Beetlejuice.
Everything is so over the
yeah.
top. Mm-hmm. No, this is after Beetlejuice. Everything is so over the top, except for Batman. Batman is so bland and just like the straight character, but all the villains are so campy. It's just funny.
So heightened.
So that's like. Yeah, which I like. This is what makes this memorable to me. Like even Christopher Walken's stupid eyebrows, or even like spray painted like white. Like they're just so silly.
They're pricked up at the ends, like a little bit like they're like not straight, or like they're pushed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Selena.
And all Batman cares about is, I guess, justice and poontang. Any girl that walks in, he's like, "Oh, hello."
Like, okay, like this would make sense if Bruce Wayne was playing the Playboy character, but he seems like he's actually infatuated with her, because then later, even when they're talking about themselves, he can't like get his words out without like stuttering. It's weird that like this girl with this huge bandit on her forehead is like, what's stumbling this man?
And then that look right there, like, like he's Googling. Well, same thing happened with the one before this with Vicky Vance, where the fuck her name is.
Vicky Vale.
Vale, doesn't matter.
The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Yeah, and I love later, they just like pawn her off like, oh, couldn't see eye to eye. Vicky. Who's Vicky? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, that's part of the stipulations for Tim Burton to come back here. I guess originally the original script was like a direct sequel with like Bruce Wayne being married to Vicky Vale and the aftermath of the Joker. But Tim Burton didn't want any of that. He wanted like no connection. He wanted it to just be like kind of like James Bond, where it's kind of like entirely just a brand new story, so that Batman wasn't tied down to any like loose ends.
Literally like a comic book, like different like version or
another
whatever
story.
you call it. Yeah, which I don't mind.
Yeah, but like No, I think it's better because then you don't have to worry about character development, but which is like I guess the good or bad, right? The hindrance of like the Christopher Nolan movies, those are direct sequels. All these Batman movies feel just like another comic book entry. So like you know, pick what sounds better to you. I think the Nolan ones work in their own way, and this one I think works in a more kind of fairy tale kind of way, where like very Tim Burton-y, where things like logically don't make sense, but it's fine because it's just another story in this world.
So I have a. Well, since the penguin's here, we'll just do another penguin or not, shall we?
Penguino.
Penguin or not. All right. Penguins are expert at tobogganing.
Like they actually get toboggans, or they ride on their little bellies?
Tobogganing.
They're gonna join the bobsled team for Jamaica. I'll go true because it sounds so weird.
Yeah, true. That's their term for sliding on their belly to conserve energy.
Adorable.
I know, right? That's See, I'm gonna get you to love penguins by the end of this podcast.
Fuck penguins.
The far left love penguins.
I like how they're just all sitting here. They're all just.
They're so useless.
Like all these. Yeah. The circus clown just sitting here while penguins doing whatever he's doing behind his golden throne. His little
They're probably like, thank God we're not in that goddamn sewer anymore.
It's funny because like he has one bed and one like desk and one chair, and then they all sit in the corner like they're dogs on like.
Oh, they for sure do orgies in there. There's no way they don't.
Oh, for sure. But the penguins, though, they get cornholed.
And then not to be Orgus, every time I see him walk away, you can see his actual ass in the suit. It's so fucking funny.
I love it. Like, well, it's a good take because, like, in most of the iterations of the Penguin, he's like a businessman, right? Whereas like the suits, but in this one, he's a gross fucking like monster. Like he's wearing these onesies that are shit stained and got all disgustingness on there. He's just so gross. When like all the other penguins, like their MO is to like be taken seriously and like as a business person, but this one's just like, I'm a gross monster and I don't really care because like now
this scene just sums it up what you just said perfectly.
Yeah, it's amazing because this is Max Schreck's brilliant idea is to take this fucking monster that looks like a fucking like troll and make him a mayoral candidate. And he thinks like people are going to vote for this fucking crazy thing.
And the better solution would literally just be blackmail a mayor or somebody high official, and then so you can get your goddamn power plant. That's all you have to do instead of like do this whole schmeal of it.
He should have the penguin and his people like, you know, like blackmail, like find dirt or like kidnap the mayor's son. But I think this is actually a reference to the old original Batman series because I believe in one of the episodes, the Penguin runs for mayor and then Batman has to run against him to win. I think that's like an old school like Batman, like Adam West episode.
Oh, one of the TV series, yeah.
Yes.
And also like he bites his fucking nose and no one bats an eye about it. I'm like, the fuck?
I'd be like, oh, I'm not working for this guy.
I know, right?
I love it. This part's always like grossed me out, but I love it. It's effective because it just shows like how much of a fucking monster he is. And then Max Schreck's idea is still to run him as a legitimate mayoral candidate.
He's like, he's good. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You just had a little episode. It's okay. Put your straight jacket back on. Have another little fish. Just finish it.
Sometimes birds bite. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. You got too close. It's your fault.
He's even dressed like Frank Reynolds. Like
I know,
he's
right?
wearing him and the Charlie Day onesies that they wore in Always Sunny.
a sexual innuendo. Toucher flipper, whatever it's called. Yeah.
He says Nixon and Agnew, which is funny because later like Nixon gets busted because of the recording. Yeah. That's a fun little reference there. There we go. Drink the French flipper technique.
Yep. So are his teeth black because he doesn't brush his teeth, or he's an actual like part penguin?
I think
Or
he
is he
says he's
deformed?
cold-blooded. I think he's like lived in the sewer. Maybe he's like
Oh.
he's also like lived in like Max Shrek's like chemical, waste. So that it's probably like made it worse or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah, it's okay. I guess
I don't know. I'm making up nonsense here.
It's somewhat plausible. I'll give you that.
Well, like Catwoman was resurrected by demon-possessed cats. Like, let's just accept this is what it is, right?
Oh yeah, I shouldn't complain too much, but I'm going to.
The logic in a comic book movie doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that Max Shrek thinks he's gonna turn this fucking little, like, dwarf with a fucking mullet into a mayoral candidate that people are actually gonna vote for. But I guess people have voted for weird things in the past.
Yep, like the bill for penguins not to have rights. That was bullshit.
See, right here when Max is telling him like to make him a captain of industry to take back the birthright, he's thinking about this for the very first time. So I feel like the intention all along was just to kill all these firstborn kids, just to get access. I don't think he cared. So like now, he flirts with the idea of being powerful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I can.
And
it makes more sense.
I guess is what it is. I never really noticed it because I haven't seen this movie in so long. And I used to watch it a lot as a kid because I like these Batman movies so much as a kid. But like now that I'm like looking at it and trying to like, what's the actual idea? I'm like, okay, Max Shrek wants to have a patsy in there to do this, but I feel like there's 10 million other better people.
He's the puppeteer, yeah. But you choose a fucking penguin. So I like
this idea.
I go for it. Yeah.
I like the idea that like he's using the penguin's goons to sow chaos, so that like that makes the mayor look bad.
Yeah, and he lost his fucking baby out of nowhere. But so I have a question for you. Are these movies more rewatchable for you than the Christopher Nolan series?
No, but I think the problem is The Dark Knight is like the best Batman movie ever, and that the movie is just so kind of engrossing. I don't know though. I haven't seen these movies. I don't think since like The Dark Knight came out in like 2008. Like I've had no interest in going back to them, and then this podcast revisiting them, like they're of their time, but I feel like the Dark Knight series, they're also newer, but like they're more timeless. These feel very much of their decade.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think I would watch the Dark Knight series before I'd watch these. Or I guess again, I've watched the Dark Knight. I guess the Christopher Nolan series a lot more than these.
Those also came out when we were in like high school, so like that's more like a seminal time to watch movies. Yeah. Like I said, like I told in our review, I wanted to not like the Batman Robert Pattinson, but it's pretty great, and I like a lot of it.
It's different. He's only 2 years into becoming Batman. Mm-hmm. It's darker, but then you actually get to see him a lot more, and it's got an agenda, and it's just a lot well written than these. And again, it's different. So it's hard to like actually compare them and say which one you prefer, I guess you would say.
Well, they're just so different. Like these are like kind of comic booky and very, like right now, Catwoman is skipping around, robbing things. These are like fun like comic booky, silly over the top things. Christopher Nolan's more like thematic and character driven, and then Robert Pattinson's just gloomy. There's no happiness at all. That's just so they're all doing a different thing. And you can like them from different reasons. Yeah.
Oh, going back, that scene where Michelle Pfeiffer does like with the whip all the heads off. There's a video on, I think it's gone like viral, where she does it back all four of them, or I think there's another one where it's all five. She whips them actually all their heads off in one take, and everyone's like, I think the cameraman's like, oh shit. And then I think she accidentally whips like the camera once too, because she didn't realize how good she is at it, and breaks a camera doing it too for one of the like scenes. That's so awesome. It's pretty cool. Look it up. It's like she knows her shit. She does it really well.
think I saw that like years ago when they because somewhat recently, a couple of years ago, they did like a documentary on the Catwoman that had all different like interviews, different Catwomen.
Oh yeah.
In the past there. Right there, Batman just murdered a guy. He threw like like a bomb on him and threw him down that thing. It's interesting that like Batman's known for not murdering people. Let's see if he can help it, but that's one of those moments.
But he never mentions that like no guns or no murder in this one. Really, he just does what he wants. Yeah.
In the Christopher Nolan ones, that it's much more abundantly like
that and also
that Batman doesn't murder people.
Oh yeah, I mean, and this one doesn't mention it, but then the Batman with Robert Pattinson, he's adamant that no killing, no guns, anything.
Yeah, because it's a moral thing. But like in the like all this this like started like the revitalization of Batman started in the 80s with the Dark Knight Returns when Frank Miller did his like his run on those Batman movies that depicts Batman very gritty and dark and the old man, and that was a thing in that one where like in one of the comic books he one of the major villains gets killed, and that's the part where everyone turns on Batman because like after all these years, all these villains, he doesn't kill anyone, but then like someone frames him for it, and that's what like sets off into motion the whole Batman versus Superman thing. But yeah, that wasn't like I don't think as well documented or made a big deal until the 80s, and then Christopher Nolan makes it obviously a big point to the character of Batman. I love the silliness. He's got a little umbrella that will like carry his fat weight.
I'm like, oh sure, that thing's got 100-pound weight limit, and he's exceeding 450 there. Jesus Christ.
He has his own weight loss TV show.
He's going Ozempic.
No longer Plump Penguin.
Ooh. Plum Penguin. No?
Plum.
Okay. No, nothing on that? I thought
how about his weight loss journey would be called Pumping Up the Penguin.
Ah, there you go. It'll be on TLC. Next to 1,000 Patty McFatfats.
I think also do Arnold Schwarzenegger can be the one to whip him into shape, and it'd be a reference to Mr. Freeze. That'd be fun.
That would be just wonderful. I would watch that every single episode.
Subscribed.
Yeah.
Okay. While Catwoman and Batman are fighting, where he throws a fucking like acid bomb.
Oh my god! I'm like, what the fuck?
She says it later. He napalmed me, but here's my my Batman quote.
Okay, go for it.
Not you, Robin. They have strict licensing laws in this country.
Oh,
a boy of your age is not allowed in a drinking tavern.
Oh, that's George Clooney.
No.
What? No,
Adam West, the Batman
whatever.
TV series.
Jesus Christ! I thought Adam West would be punch that woman. Fuck it. There's a couple scenes where it's like women don't have rights. Yeah, and back then.
No, it's not.
Whatever. I'm gonna be 0 for like 6 on these.
That is also another one I was going to use where it was proper grammar is it's always good to use proper grammar, Robin.
Oh my god, Jesus. Those are tailored to kids so much.
Yeah, well, because comic books are made for children until the 80s happened.
Nah, they're made for fat people in their basements to live with their mom. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what happened is children in like the 50s and 60s enjoyed comic books. They grew up and like, well, I want my comic books to appeal to me. So then those kids made their gritty, realistic ones so they could take them seriously as they're grown men, children with neck beards.
Adult children.
Take your mask off.
Do it. But I know you said
it really bothers me. Go ahead.
Go. I know you said that Penguin's your favorite of all the villains, probably behind the Joker and the Dark Knight, obviously. Knowing you,
well, like in these four series of movies, the Penguin's my favorite. Yeah.
You didn't. What's your opinion about Jack Nicholson, and as the Joker?
I think we've had a lot of good Jokers. It's hard. He comes middle of the road, but He's not terrible, but he just plays it like gangster. He plays like a mobster who becomes even more crazy. So it works that way, but like Heath Ledger's Joker to me is just like top tier. And then I always like Mark Hamill's Joker, like the animated series and like the Arkham Asylum. Those are just great voice performances.
Mark Hamill does the voice in the game, right, for Joker?
The game and the animated series, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
and a lot of the animated movies.
I kind of want to play the video game after watching these again.
Oh, you never have? They're great.
No, I never
you can
played
get
them
on you can get them on Xbox, like remastered for really cheap. I did that a couple years ago when they released them all. It's pretty great. The Arkham City, no, I think it's called like the Arkham. When they remodeled, it's great. Yeah, check. You never played them? They're worth it. They're all great games.
Yeah, I know they're crazy detailed and look really good.
Well, it's just cool because like the story's great, the performances are great, and then the open world in Arkham City is like phenomenal. But a drink because he was like molesting that woman's titty. So now it's the team up of the ages, the leather cat, Catwoman, and then the Birdman, where they start drink. The destruction. Here we go. Here comes your drinking game.
I know, right? There's like 16 of them right here, I think. I think you just got to finish a beer.
Naked sexual.
God.
Naked sexual charisma.
That's my gamer tag on Xbox. Ointment.
That counts, right?
Imagine him.
He's bringing out a bottle of lube.
God, imagine him just going to town on something.
That's what I was thinking. Like, no woman fucked him. So those poor penguins.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh no, those women right there. Those women right there. That girl, that Harley Quinn looking girl, has been tossed around.
Oh, toss, fin up and down, flabber. Oof. Oh. I knew you were gonna make a sound.
Going for that spit take.
I know Shane would not like this movie because there's no tits. So.
No, but I was thinking that in the Penguin though, there's like one like titty in there. I was like, oh dang, we're gonna show a boob. We have a bunch of fucks. I like that they made the TV show like the Penguin, like The Sopranos, where it's just like violent and awful. Because like it really like reminds us like the world of like it is really dark and gritty, even though like the Batman's limited by a PG-13 rating. The TV show is not limited to that, so it's kind of it adds more of that gritty like realism of it.
Just wait till you finish the last episode. It gets worse.
Oh, awesome!
In a good way. You'll like it. Oh, just eats the goddamn bird.
Supposedly this is a real bird.
Yeah, I remember hearing
IMDb.
about that. Yeah. It looks kind of CGI when she pops it back out, but I think it's just the camera's right in front of her, so it
could be a bird on a wire. I don't really know for sure.
But no, he's looking at her ass. He's not even paying attention.
A plan is forming. It's so gross.
This is pre Frank Reynolds or post Frank Reynolds. It's a wonder. It's I can't not think about it.
Thought of busting Batman makes me feel all dirty.
And I just love he's still a child because he does a little like bat thing.
Well, he's a fucking animal. That's why I like at the end, like the part where he says, "I'm a penguin, I'm an animal," and then now she's doing the whole licking herself thing, which is a little on the nose. Like,
I remember watching it as a kid. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm not sure if I'm turned on as a teenager or like what the hell, or like is it weird?
Yeah. It's that weird thing of like when children see this at a young age, there's like a weird like, what do I feel right now?
Yeah, there's murder and kidnapping kids, and also sexy Batwoman.
Mm-hmm. I like that he's a subtle.
I wonder if he's like Michael Keaton's like, I want to eat something. I want to eat something when I'm doing it. I want to eat a carrot.
I wanted more of this where Selena Kyle just staring at a mirror of herself, like rambling like a psychopath, and then Bruce Wayne's so stupid he does not see the signs that this lady is obviously unhinged.
Do you like it that he's
disheveled and?
Yeah, we kind of mentioned earlier, but like, do you like it that he's not this confident rich man, and he's the opposite of what Batman is when he talks to a pretty woman?
I don't mind it if it's Bruce Wayne and he's like playing the part, but it seems like he's legitimately infatuated with her, and that's the thing to me is like, is he really this stupid? Like, this is a whole like poison ivy thing that happens in like that god awful George Clooney one where like there's a pheromone that makes him act this way. But like, you think Batman at this point would be smarter than this? But you mentioned it earlier, like the Robert Pattinson one's like, you know, a year into it. The Batman 1989, the one before this one, like it's brand new too. That's like a new Batman because everyone doesn't know how to act around Batman. There's still rumors that Batman's not even real yet in that movie. So like he's still relatively somewhat new to this, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Which I kind of like.
Even though his hairline.
That's why I like Batman Begins, like because he's trying to learn how to do it, and he keeps getting hurt, or like I need this now. I need this. It's probably the best. It's probably the best thing you could do for like an origin of Batman, I think.
Yeah, I think what Batman Begins also gets right too for like 90% of the movie is there's no major like villain. Like sure, there's Scarecrow, but he's not really that much in it. And then you have Ra's al Ghul is in it, but it's more just like Batman dealing with the mob and like dealing with like this and stuff.
Did you call him Ra's al Ghul because he's the leader of all the Asian people?
Well, that's what his name is. It's Raj Al Ghul.
It's Raj. I thought you said racial. I purposely said racial.
Oh, like racial.
Yeah, racial Ghul. Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be pronounced Raish, because like if it's an Indian name, but white people call it Raj.
Yeah, it's Raj. Mm. What else has Michelle Pfeiffer done? I know the name besides this that she's famous for. I'm probably just ignorant. That's why.
I'm blanking. She's been in a lot of things. I can't think.
Because you don't hear the name at all unless she died.
She's definitely not dead. But yeah, I don't think she was big in like the 90s, so this is not really. Okay. She's in the Ant-Man and the Wasp movies. Like that's the most recent thing I can think of it.
Is she really?
IMDb right now. She plays the mom in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I only saw the first Ant-Man, I think. I haven't seen about 75% of the Marvel movies, so I have no idea what's going on or what happened.
Yeah, like looking at her IMDb, I've seen a lot of things that she's in. She's in I Am Sam, your favorite, where
the fuck?
Sean Penn plays a person with Down syndrome.
How was that my favorite? I've never seen that fucking film.
Just gonna throw it out there as your favorite movie. You quoted it. It's your favorite.
I Am Sam. Well, that's gonna be on my list.
She's in tons of things. Like she's been nominated for 3 Oscars. So
okay, well,
nothing that I've seen, but yeah, she's bigger than the 90s. She was a big actress then. They paid her double what they were going to pay the original actress for this. I can't remember who it was.
She's famous. What's her name? Dolly Parton. Thank you.
Yeah. No, but I love in this. She goes full like campy, silly. I love Michelle Pfeiffer in this.
Oh, she's great. Like we said before, she's great in this. And when I
think the problem is he's boring. Like compared to like all the other characters, Bruce Wayne's just a little bland for me.
Yeah, like everyone says he's the best Batman, like we talked about earlier. I'm like, he's not the best Batman. He's just in the better of movies if you look at the whole like franchise of films.
Well, like I guess like he works as playing like generic like Superman. He reminds me of Superman. Superman's kind of a boring character. This Batman's kind of like a little boring. So it's fine, whatever. But I can't remember what it was. Oh well. Yeah, so like, yeah, this one gets a lot of intimacies going on. Like in the first Batman, it very definitely implies that he bangs Vicky Vale, and this one they're getting it hot and heavy. So these
Hot and heavy.
Batmans weren't afraid to get naughty. And the next movie is Nicole Kidman. So naughty.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman plays the psychiatrist in the next one who wants to fuck Batman, and then she
I don't even
dresses
remember
in like
that.
this lingerie, and Batman comes to her at night. It's so trashy.
God damn, we should have watched that film.
It's been on my list. I think after this we're gonna have to make a run at the last two Batman movies.
Oh, that's the Riddler one, right? Yeah.
They get progressively even dumber.
Oh, okay. I think I remember the was it Batman Forever?
Batman Forever is the next one. Batman and Robin is the Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Batman and Robin. That's the one I remember probably the most.
Well, that's the fucking hard part, is because these fucking movies' names don't make sense. Like, Batman is not returning in this. Like he isn't gone.
Yeah.
And number 3, Batman Forever, would make sense for the last movie. And the third movie introduces Robin, so it should be called Batman and Robin. It doesn't make sense. So, like,
I'm
the
not going
titles
crazy.
of these movies are confusing.
That's right, because I guess if you say the fourth one, that's when they're like buddy. He's actually like by his side. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the third one, the third one introduces Robin as a teenager when Chris O'Donnell looks 35 years old. But yeah, like the naming of these movies are fucking terrible.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with the Penguin. That's all you got to say. The Penguin.
Batman 2, the Penguin waddles.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that could be the joke of the podcast. I like that one.
Okay, this is stupid. So like right now you see like the bat like suit, and it's obvious it's in pieces, right? And then at the end of this movie, Batman rips off his cowl as if it's detached. So it's really weird how they designed this. It's almost like they screw in like the logo to like get him in the suit. It's a really weird design of this.
It's connected.
And then obviously the joke is for 30 years is Batman can't turn his head. He has to like do a full Kermit the Frog where his whole entire body turns to the right.
What do you think of the Batmobile in this one?
CGI is shit, but I like that later it becomes a fucking black dildo.
Oh, when that comes up, we have to drink on that one too.
I like they spared no expense for these crowds of 30s of people.
3, 4, 5. I see 5.
Yeah. I don't believe in any way that the Penguin, a fucking sewer rat, could figure out the technology with this like electronic dildo to turn off the security system on this Batmobile.
Ron, you're being ignorant here. He got a chemistry degree when he was down there in the sewer. Okay, he did it online at DeVry.
He drank enough chemicals to make him an expert.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they make it into a fucking I think he said an atomic bomb or a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, right. Meant to an H bomb.
Yeah, H bomb. Thank you. Yeah.
It's weird. Like I was thinking about it now. All these Batman movies is everyone dies by falling.
Besides the one with the bomb, but yeah. Well, I guess he falls in the sewer. Yeah.
Well, Jack Nicholson, like he falls, and then this girl's about to fall momentarily. This Miss Gotham or whoever the hell she is, this bimbo. Then in Michelle Pfeiffer falls, and then I know in the next one, I didn't rewatch it, but I remember like Riddler pushes someone out of a window. So a lot of falling in these movies, not a lot of creativity with their murder.
Guess easy way to show that they die without showing gore for these kids' movies. That's the only thing I could think of. Well, I guess the Penguin gets shot, but that's the only thing.
The Penguin like falls and blows up. He falls too. The bats get him and he falls through the glass and it blows up. Everyone falls.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a parachute. Yeah, it's easy to just cut away, but I'm just noticing it, like thinking about it. All these movies, Even like The Dark Knight, the Joker throws Rachel outside of a window. The Joker falls out the window and catches him with the thing. There's a lot of falling in these Batman movies.
They're consistent, you know?
Dude, step off the ledge, stupid.
Yeah. Batman should have went for her instead of the Catwoman.
Mm-hmm. Her sugar plums are hanging out.
Sugar plums hanging out. Lawn dart. Can someone do a mashup of all of his little like random shit?
Those little like one-liners. Like falling.
See, I like that he. Oh, she did. That's right.
I'm gonna just watch in like absolute terror, and then she happened to fall on the button. I love it. I love it. It's comic booky. It's great.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's all over it's all over and backlit like a comic book. It's so gothic and wonderful. Gothic. I love it. I love this movie.
And Commissioner Gordon is fucking useless. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I feel like all the minor characters in this are useless. Like they're very focused on Batman and the villains, but like the Dark Knight's very big into like establishing Alfred and giving him advice, and then Gordon has like an actual character and character arc,
even though he's an
things
idiot.
To morally remember. But yeah, but these characters are just, you know, they had him in the comic book, so you got to have him in there. Even like Harvey Dent. Like Harvey Dent is in the first one of these, the Batman with Billy D. Williams, and then they got racist, and then they cast Tommy Lee Jones instead. Look at that. See, like even this Batman's licking his lips, like he's like falling for this. It's just, I don't like this. Batman should be way more like morally, you know, established.
Yeah, especially because a girl just died on his watch. So like he feel like in reality he would be distraught, but he doesn't give a shit.
Or like he'd like at least knock this bitch out, or do something, or like stop her, or like do something more than just
walk away,
lick his lips and fly away like a goober.
Yeah, goober. All right, so let's do another penguin or not, real quick.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, like Batman's flying into the scene of the crime in a way that will no way help him. Yeah. Like what will establish fear of Batman is jump with a bat-shaped paraglider to instill the fear in the hearts of Gotham.
Yeah, showing off your what you just did.
Yeah.
All right, so penguin or not. This will be a true or false one. The origin of the term penguin is actually Latin for fat white head.
Penguino. Fat whitehead. I love it. I'm going to go true.
This one's true and false, actually. So you're right and wrong.
Okay.
There are typically 3 suggested origins of the term penguin. One is Welsh for penguin, and then which means whitehead, and then a derivative of Latin penguinus, which is fat, and then
Latin penguinus.
Yeah, penguinus, and then also English, which is pinwing, P-I-N wing.
That sounds like some white people changed the history. But drink, you said consummate. Yeah. We're gonna bust into the bedroom, so drink twice. There we go. Because penguin's just like fucking hot and heavy for Catwoman, which I don't blame him.
He's a hot corn dog right now. He's ready. Speaking, one of my notes was corn dog. I saw corn dogs in the beginning, so I wrote corn dog down. Got to mention that
at some point.
Yeah.
You're setting out all the signals, and I don't like you anymore. Yeah. I like this. He wraps her head around the umbrella and launches her. I like this. It's stupid and doesn't make sense, but it's great. It's creative. It's better than just throwing her off the roof.
Your biggest gripe of these films.
But then what happens? She fucking falls again. She's always falling. Like, these movies don't have any other creative way to kill someone besides make them fall. Like, she falls into kitty litter earlier. Everyone just falls. It's all falling. They're out of ideas.
It's all falling. That's your.
So, like, look. She falls again into a fucking greenhouse. Like, that's how every death is falling.
Oh. Also, Batman sucks at hiding his fucking thing. Like, it's out in the open, and it's not even an alleyway. It's like right in the street. He deserves to get his fucking thing turned into an H-bomb.
No. We got a taxi cab, we got a fucking Honda Accord, and we got a fucking Batmobile that stands out.
Some drunk guy out of the bar. Which one's mine? Which one's mine?
The only thing that stands out more is this fucking like rape mobile home like trailer here that he's definitely fucking someone in, where he's like rattling back and forth.
Fit fondler, yeah. Also, I'll keep forgetting to mention this. Cobblepot is not his last name in the Penguin series. It's something else. It's Oswald.
Change it for that.
Yeah.
Cobb.
Yeah.
It's Cobb.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Corn cob pipe.
Corn cob pipe, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be like it's Cobblepot is like the comic book, or popular version of it. But yeah, I'm fine with them. Who cares? Mm-hmm. The only reason why I wish Shane was here right now is so I could tell you this. So, did you know that Amazon Prime released a Batman like series this year?
No, do not. I don't think I've even heard about that.
They released an animated series. I think it's called The Cape Crusader. I don't remember for sure. And the only reason why I mention it, it's not bad, but it made me want to watch the animated series again, which is still good. It doesn't hold up perfectly with the animation, but the characterization and the stories are good, and the voice acting is phenomenal. But the reason why I mention it is like the first episode has the Penguin, but they change their gender. It makes it a female, and then the Penguin's like the woman is like this like wannabe like vaudeville like singer, but then she's also like a mob. Like a mobster, so it's a different take. But the only reason why I wanted to mention is if Shane would be here, he'd be like, okay, a lady,
yeah.
a
That's
woman.
Different. And okay, it's different. It's fine.
It's fine. It's only one episode. It doesn't matter. It's like
is each episode different, like different villain kind of thing?
Yeah, it's very much like the animated series where everyone's different, and like the first half of it is very much like the animated series where every episode's a different person. And about halfway through, they more kind of like the Batman with Robert Pattinson. They focus a lot more on like the city of Gotham and like how Batman's like struggling with the Dark Knight persona, and then figures out like what does this symbol mean to me? So it's fine. Like if you're really bored and you're in a Batman mood, check it out. It's on the Prime. It's not terrible, but the animated series is much better. It'll make you just want to watch that instead.
I remember you're a big fan of the animated series, for sure.
Oh yeah, I think it holds up. Did
you watch The Killing Joke? The movie, right? That's the movie.
I'm on record of, well, it's originally a comic book, and I'm not a really big fan of it because it's almost too dark for me, which I know, like knowing me and my taste, but it makes the Joker into an unforgivably unredeemable monster of what he does to Barbara Gordon. Like he doesn't rape her, but he basically like destroys her, he cripples her, strips her naked, and basically like ruins her, and then like he puts Jim Gordon, her dad, Commissioner Gordon, in this like he puts pictures of the naked, crippled body everywhere, and like his point of the entirety is to show like one bad day can ruin you and break you as a person. So to me, it goes beyond the point of like irredeemable for the Joker, and then in the end, people love it, and I get why they like it. It's so dark and it makes the Joker very interesting. But to me, the movie makes it even worse because in the first half of it, it's about Catwoman, and she fucks Batman. And I don't like that weird like position of power of Batman has sex with Catwoman because she's significantly younger. And I don't like it. I don't like anything about that movie, how they changed the Killing Joke. I also don't care for the Killing Joke in general. But people love it, and I can see why. But even for me, it's still too much.
Yeah, I know everyone raves about it. Just Mark Hamill as the Joker. Everyone loves that. And then that was before what's his face passed away as the voice of Batman, right?
Kevin Conroy, yeah. But yeah, like that's what's cool about the video games. The Arkham is Mark Hamill is the Joker in that, and then Kevin Conroy is also the Batman. So like they're taking the best of the animated series and then giving it into a video game. So check those out. Those are 100% worth your time playing those.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, looks fun.
No, those are some of my favorite video games of all times. I don't play that many, but those are ones that are worth replaying and all. Even like the side missions are just as much fun as like the main missions because you have all these great Batman lore and characters to utilize and play as. Even like this one you can't find anymore. There's one it's called Arkham, not Arkham Knight. There's one like Arkham Legends or Legacy. It was like Batman in his first year, and it's a really good. It's like not a. I don't think it's Rockstar. It's why, but it's like another Batman game that came in between City and Night, and no one really like cared for it. It wasn't that big because it didn't have Conroy and Mark Hamill, but it's still a pretty good like Batman game. But I don't think they ever actually remastered it, so I don't think you can find it anywhere. I haven't checked though in years, but it's pretty good. But yeah, those are good. Okay, Batman trivia. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're watching a movie. Go. Oops.
Oh yeah, we're watching a movie. Why did you say that name, Martha? Why'd you say that name? No. Why'd you say that name? Which Batman was that?
Mr. Dunkin' Donuts himself, Ben Affleck.
Yay! It's Ben Affleck. Do you know the movie or no?
That is Batman v Superman.
Hey, you got one.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters, yes. I remember halfway through, I was with my friend, and we were like, is this almost over? And we checked the time, we're like, oh no, it's not over yet.
What you all have to know is Dan hates going to the movies. He hates going to the movies. And I've made him go to so many comic book movies that are like 3 hours long, and he's just fucking miserable when he sees movies.
Fucking hate the movie theater. It's the worst experience ever. It sucks.
Do you want to talk about last year for like I think your birthday we went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and how miserable we were?
I think you were worse than I was. That fat fuck next to you. Yeah, I think you should tell the story.
So Dana and I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy, and we went and got some drinks before we went to go see it. And that's the only thing you like. It's the only movie you like is Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's Marvel. How about that? Yeah, I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's the only thing you like is you love Guardians of the Galaxy. So I said, well, let's go see it. You and I went to go see it. We went and got some food.
And no, not to cut you off. You had to. How much of an anti-Marvel person I am? You had to explain the what happened between the second one and the third one because we were watching the third one. I'm like, who's that? For like half the film because I don't watch anything else besides this.
Why is there a talking dog?
Yeah, we have a fucking helmet on.
Why is it Russian?
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, we're sitting there in the movie theater, and it was a packed movie theater because the movie just came out, and then and the woman next to us, I think, had a learning disability. I don't know. She was like 50 years old, and she was there with like some kids and some other woman. I'm guessing it was her sister or her fucking handler, and she would not stop like talking the entire movie, just like saying comments and like coughing and just speaking. And at one point, he looked at me and said, "I'm fucking miserable. Should we move?" And I was just like, I don't really want to get up. And I could just feel your frustration constantly. Tackle. You wanted to tackle that lady like Oswald just tackled that crowd of people.
I know, right? But like this
penguins
fat
running
broad,
and tackling.
The fat broad ordered 3 different meals that got delivered to her in the theaters. Like KFC, Taco Bell, and then just bags full of food. She wouldn't stop eating.
Yeah, we heard rappers upon rappers, and she's just talking. It was the reason why people hate going to the movie theaters. Just someone, and like you'd shush, and then the lady next to her would even shush her. She was like, "Shh, you can't talk like that." But I don't know. She was a special individual, and I don't think she was. I don't think she was literally. I don't think she literally was special or had a learning disability. I think she was just a fucking annoying, obnoxious human being, and I hated her. And the
little kid next to her was more well behaved than the fat broad.
Yeah, just an adult who like thinks the movie theaters are their like living room.
Yeah, and they're fucking lazy.
So we talked. We rambled over this whole scene, but Batman does a full Richard Nixon thing and makes the Penguin everyone turns on him. So now he's an animal. And now we get the most beautiful plan that any Batman villain has ever happened, ever concocted.
You know, and thinking about this now, I don't think this is correct, but I wish they kind of did, like, he knows who Batman is. Like, he's Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne's an orphan. I wish he would just kidnap a bunch of orphans to get Batman, like, more pissed off. That would be a better thing. He figured out his identity through, like, looking at the records, and he's like, I want to kidnap all the orphans, baby orphans.
Well, you would work for him because he's an orphan, right? And then that's the reason why Bruce Wayne feels bad for him at that first moment, where he says, I hope he finds his parents, because, you know, that's the only connection to Bruce Wayne having, like, a feeling about his parents and the Batman, which is fine with me, because, like, you know, not talking about Batman's origins for one movie and the entire, like, you know, the entire existence of the Batman franchise is fine with me, because I think this is the only Batman movie, maybe besides Batman and Robin, because that movie was just a goofy nightmare, is like where they don't talk about his parents being killed and him being an orphan, which is, like, fine with me. It's like, it's a little bit different.
I can see why they always do the orphan thing, because that just fucks with his psyche so much, and his parents got killed. But yeah, it's nice to not think about that and just focus on where he is now and trying to deal with the villains for once.
Yeah, well, that's why I like this one. This one feels like the odd duck of this. 'Cause I can't call it a franchise because Tim Burton had control and then Joel Schumacher had control. So, like, the entire purpose of these movies changes because Tim Burton left because he wanted to do Superman. He wanted to do his own creative thing. Only came back to this one because he got control over the script. And then when he left, they got Joel Schumacher, who just says yes, and then is very open about, but very open about, like, they brought me toys and said, put these in the movie. So, like, those are just cash grabs, and, like, that's fine. They're made for their own reasons. This one, like, still feels like the most stylish of all these first four Batman movies. This one just stands out to me.
Well, the next two was the Shoefucker. The production budget, I think, was even more than these, because it was. I think, don't count me on that, because I'm just a degenerate. But that one is it's lavish in random spots. Like, in certain scenes, it's gargantuan. It's huge in, like, certain, like, scenes, especially when it's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes in those movies that I recall of, like, these miniatures and these big shots. So yeah, like, but even like this one, like, this movie, like, broke records. Like, it beat out the original Batman movie in '89 for, like, opening weekend, and I think it made more. It beat it beat the record for Jaws, because, like, Jaws 2 beat out the original Jaws opening weekend. This one beat that record. So this movie made tons of money. And then it took 5 years to get the next one. I think it was in developmental hell. Like I said, like, Tim Burton was going to come on, but then he wanted to do Superman, and that fell through. And then
especially the good
studios. And then now you still have the animated series going on right now. I think that ended in, like, 94. And then they did the next movie and stuff.
Yeah, but
Maybe Returns is actually 1995. I might be getting my years wrong, because I think 99 or 97 was the Batman and Robin. I don't remember now.
Yeah, but you and I were talking before we started, but the budget in this thing is ridiculous, because there's actual cars plowing through stuff. There's actual explosions. Only CGI, I think, is when they're falling, and then also with the Batmobile for the most part.
And the Batarang.
Yeah, of course.
There's a little bit of CGI,
but not, like, lavish.
It's very noticeable.
Yeah, but it's a lot of practical stuff for. Again, they had the budget for it, and I think you said the budget for this was $80 million. And then we looked up the inflation; it would be like $200 million now. So
this is
ridiculous
at the time one of the highest highest budgeted movies at the time. If I have to make a guess, like, that's insane. But it made its money back and more. It tripled. It, like, tripled, like, what it made back. So it it made sense.
Yeah. And it's a Christmas movie officially now because they're under the mistletoe.
Yeah. I love this scene. Michelle Pfeiffer kills this scene where she's like crying and like laughing uncontrollably. If I was Bruce Wayne, I would not be kissing her. But I've like her performance is great. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Wayne doesn't make any sense to me at all in this. Like why he's into this. Like if he was putting on a performance for someone else, that would make sense. But it's his own choice to like do this.
I think he wants to save her because he realizes she's chaotic or she's sad, and he wants to. Because I think it's just that. Like he just wants to save her. I can fix her. I can make her normal again and make her happy.
By fucking her?
That's the only thing I can do. I think of. And here comes the Penguin. Just blew up the bottom of the ballroom.
And explosion! Yeah, love it. They just flung those fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
Let's do a penguin or not. Why not?
Yeah. While the penguin rises from the floor.
Penguin or not. The penguin with the highest number of species is the macaroni penguin, with approximately over 11 million pairs.
Is that like pairs of them? Sorry, is this the species with like the most penguins in population, or the most types of species?
Most number of penguins per species, like species penguin, is the macaroni penguin.
I'm gonna go false and say it's the emperor penguin.
No, it is true actually. 11.6 million pairs of the macaroni penguin.
Fucking penguins.
See, we're learning here at the Waste of Potential podcast.
Yeah, where it's like fucking PBS in this bitch.
Here
I love it.
comes...
I love just how much he revels in being a gross monster. He's wearing this fur coat. He has this gross little like top hat. Oh, not top hat. His little tie. But then the bottom is this disgusting onesie covered in shit and fish guts. I love it. It's so perfect. We're like, it's the boss, but a gross, disgusting mob boss. This is my favorite iteration of the Penguin.
I wish he would have said, "You recognize this coat? I got it from your trash." That'd have been awesome.
He'd be like the Grinch, basically. Like, have you seen it? And your garbage. Just grunts like a fucking monster. I love it.
Ugh.
Okay, well, while the Penguins decides to not take Gronkowski here with him. Okay, my Batman quote is, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman."
Oh, that's for sure. Which movie is it, though? Maybe I said the movie. Is this The Dark Knight Rises?
Nope, that's a TV show, the animated series. That's
God.
what.
Okay, that could be any of them.
His famous line is, it's in the Mask of the Phantasm, but he says that I'm vengeance, I'm the night, I'm Batman. Like that's his big thing in the TV show.
Is it? Oh, okay. I thought they would say that in the Christopher Nolan film at some point. I thought they did.
No.
Maybe at the end. Maybe at the end of the
he says I'm the dark. He says I'm the Dark Knight thing.
Oh, whatever.
I love this.
I'll give me a half.
I'm going to murder children.
Mm-hmm. Again, so dark for a PG-13 film. Do you think it would be better if this was R? Would you enjoy it more?
No, I think it's dark enough.
Dark enough.
It is. Okay. Like, I like the Penguin that was basically R-rated because in a movie that's specifically focusing on just like crime, having characters say frickin' all the time is it kind of takes away from like the reality of it, but just having them be like monsters and murdering people and doing awful things that feels authentic. So I think that works. But no, I don't need an R-rated Batman movie. I got a TV show is fine enough. And then at least so far in the Penguin, the Batman's not in it at all. They mention him like literally once.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I like. Just focus on the great characters they're developing in it.
Yeah.
But there will be more, and you know that before even you watch the last episode. You can tell it's gonna be another one because also well received. Yeah,
they're making the Batman too, so like they know what they're doing. It's crazy. Like they've all this DC shit. Like Marvel's so focused on making like a clear connecting universe, and DC's like, we're just gonna make whatever makes money. Like they have like obviously the flop of like, I was gonna launch it before this, but I didn't have time. Like the Joker movie with like Lady Gaga, the Folie à Deux.
Oh, we almost watched that too. Jesus, I don't want to.
They have. I'm interested to see because everyone says it's the worst movie. I'm like, there's no way it's the worst movie. Like it can't be, but I'll see it. They have the animated series. They have all these DC TV shows. They have the new James Gunn DC universe coming out. They have the Robert Pattinson. They have all these things. They're just trying to. Like, there's no consistency. It's just like whatever they can make. While Marvel is totally opposite. They're trying to like keep it, but then obviously like Marvel's returns aren't coming back the same anymore for money wise. So they're scrapping it all and bringing back Downey Jr. and Chris Evans because they realize that like people are burnt out from all this.
Yeah, I've been burnt out of comic movies since I was like 5. Unless it's the Guardians of the Galaxy like we talked about. It's all that matters.
Yeah, or I make you watch Batman. So now his new plan, which is adorable, is to put missiles on penguins, guided missiles on penguins, and make them blow up Gotham City. And I love
fucking
it.
Suicide bombers.
Right?
It's fucking might be ahead of you, but the Batman's tracker for all the penguins, and then in the background is like the background for like the penguin is like 10 seconds to penguins. Demolish. Approximate killing or like kill count is like 1 million something. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this?
It's their penguin math is pretty intense.
Yeah. Yeah. E equals penguin MC Penguin. Yeah.
Yeah. Look how adorable they are, these little monsters. They just strap little backpacks as suicide bombers like
poor little guys. The cutest little suicide bombers. Take that. Afghanistan. Right? Did it wrong.
Yeah, right. No one would shoot these penguins. Are so cute. They'd just be marching their asses to the two towers, like the twin towers. No one would stop them. Like, oh, look how cute they have little fireworks, and then like the Gotham twin towers are like blown up.
Oh, if they do it the 4th of July, it would probably work pretty well.
What an asshole! I'm a suicide bomb these penguins.
Yeah. they saved you.
They just launched their little rockets.
Oh my god! Oh, little penguins.
It's so silly. So silly.
Those cute. I think majority of those are macaroni penguins, by the way, too.
They said they wanted to use emperor penguins. It's like the big ones are emperor penguins, and then these ones are tiny little guys.
15 seconds.
Estimated casualties at launch.
Yeah.
100,000 people.
That bitch is really good at
Square. Like Christmas Eve. Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Christmas Eve, right? Unless they're all scared, so they're all staying inside. But that's the only thing I think of.
Well, like they were at Max Shrek's party, and he threatened to steal their children. So I think they'd all be home.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody in Gotham Square right now. So what the fuck are they gonna blow up?
Those steel belt apartment complexes. Well, I guess Shrek's right there. Maybe he's trying to destroy the Shrek building.
Or they're at the party, but you think they'd all go home right now when he threatened to fucking take their kids. Mm. So they're going to blow up this thing. Why did Batman wait to the last second to do this?
For dramatic effect.
Oh, no, because he's outside the penguin's lair, right? And he's going to use the fucking radio frequency to bring them back, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like how none of the penguins' plans even remotely work. The only one that closely related was framing Batman for 10 seconds, and then the Batmobile. But then the next scene, it got over it just very quickly. But none of his plans work for any period of time because he's still a gross monster.
It's kind of like the series. The series does the same thing. Nothing works well besides like the creative, like clever stuff. A couple of them work, but even, some of them. But he's like
it seems like
he's not a perfect gangster, which is that's why I kind of like it. He's got flaws and nothing works out like perfectly what he wants it to be. He's like fuck. The beginning is amazing. He's like fuck.
He takes credit for all the things. Like that's why I like the Penguin and the TV series, because like he has plans and none of them work. They literally like every time they set up this plan, by the end of the episode it's completely fucking ruined. But what he's good at is adapting and just like going with the situation of like he has no morals, so then he can do like whatever he wants to and he gets away with it. That's why I like Sophia Falcone, for her craziness, she still has like these feelings, and Salvatore Moroni even like has feelings. They're like not monsters compared to the Penguin. So that's why they all meet their demise, because he has no regard for anyone or anything. So that's why it makes him a compelling.
He's literally a narcissist. He just cares about himself and being the top. And his mom's a great vehicle for him.
Yeah, she does a good job playing Mrs. Soprano. Like it's just like the Sopranos, but with a Batman character.
The women are the best in it, though. Like the mom and also Sophia. Them two are just great in it.
Yeah, she Christina Milioti. She's the one. Did you ever see Palm Springs with Andy Samberg in her, where it's like Groundhog Day, but in Palm Springs?
Nah, I ignored that one with the 10-foot pole.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. But she's also in this TV show with Ray Romano, which I can't remember what it's called.
Welcome
the first
to
season
Moose
was really
Ports.
good. Second season. That's what it was. Welcome to Moose Ports. But she's really good in that, playing like the wife of like a crazy like Mark Zuckerberg like tech guy, where he basically has her for kidnap and she tries to escape. It's really good first season. I didn't finish the second season though, but Ray Romano's in that and she's in that. She's good. I'll drink.
God damn it, son of a bitch. Oh, little penguins.
I like how he tries to fight Batman. Like, he can't outsmart him. He's going to try to fight him, and he's going to fucking lose. And Batman is like, I'm not really worried about this.
It's the opposite of the Joker in The Dark Knight, honestly, because he's so perfect. He knows what he's doing. He's got everything works out perfectly in his favor until the very end. Mm-hmm. And then
he's 5 steps ahead, and then Penguin's the opposite, where like he's like 2 steps behind every time. Mm-hmm. The Penguins are there.
Yeah. Oh, little penguins. Let's do a couple more penguin. A couple more penguin or not.
Yeah, go ahead. While the Penguin can't defeat.
What do penguins and dogs have in common, by the way? This is not true or false.
Their heightened sense of smell.
You could be right. I don't know about that one. I just have one answer. So basically, to keep warm, penguins pant like dogs do to cool off. They and they also ruffle their feathers to keep their bodies warm.
Adorable. And the penguin falls. Look, people just fall.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only way to kill someone is to make them fall or blow it up with rockets.
What happens next? He falls.
What's your idea? Like, how are we going to kill this character? Oh, they're just going to fall to their death again. Okay, sounds cheap enough.
Yeah. Okay, roll it.
Look, even the zoo's falling apart. It all falls. Everything falls.
Everything falls apart and down.
Max Shrek falls into the water. Life is just a series of falling up and down when you're in the Gotham universe.
That's your thumbnail thing, is that. It's a series of falling.
It's like gravity. All it needs is a little push.
I like that. Let's go.
There's your reference there.
Yeah.
Well, I stole it. Okay, Batman quotes. Speaking of quotes. I don't blend in at the family picnic.
God damn it. That's it?
Which Batman was that?
That's it?
I don't blend in at the family picnic. That's all I got for you.
Fucking A. What else one have I even done?
You've seen this movie, though. I'll give
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That sounds so fucking weird, so why not Val Kilmer? That everyone forgets was a Batman.
Yeah.
He should play Batman now. I think he could do an even better job.
Bloated and he can't say a word.
Yeah, what's the difference? He doesn't. They don't say much in general.
Oh,
just look
poor Val
confused.
Kilmer. He's got a
poor guy.
disease.
I tried watching
Push.
I tried watching that documentary, and I turned it off after 10 minutes. It was too sad.
I like this. Yeah, I don't want to watch sad things. Life's sad enough. I like this. Selena Kyle just like lost her mind. She's like, I'm just gonna kill him. That's the only thing to do. Why are you doing this? Don't kill people. I kill people. You don't have to kill people. But I blew up somebody with fucking TNT.
Yeah, but we forgot about that. And someone else died in my watch, but we forgot about that too.
The penguin just got blown up and fell through a fucking like glass window. It's fine now. I pushed you off a balcony, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Just brush it under the table. Dun dun.
We're the same? Really? Really? We're the same? Mm-hmm. You're a crazy psychopath. We're the same.
Of course they're the same. In order to be so conceited you're a Batman, you gotta be somewhat insane.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah, I know.
No. Oh, look at that. His makeup's taken off. See? The black rings about his eyes. This is always like a thing that people point out.
And it's so easy to take it off. I'm like, I feel like a bullet would go through that pretty quick.
Yeah, right? Even though he gets shot in the chest in her mask numerous times.
Just spend a little bit more money and just do the full suit the same, bulletproof.
I like this. I'd love to live with you in your castle. Like a fairy tale. But then she's like, I'm crazy.
I'm a crazy broad. Blonde white women, am I right?
Am I right? Fat ladies. I love this. I love how stupid, like, Max Schreck is. You're fired. I'm
like, okay. Right there. Oh, then I want to stop now. I'm fired. I need my job.
He's like, why are you Batman?
God, he's like Commissioner Gordon in the Christopher Nolan series. Bruce Wayne? Right. No way.
The rich guy?
No way.
Love this. He just like unloads into her. Because of Christmas cat magic, she's got 9 lives.
Of course, a curse.
He, like how he apathetically just shoots her and like think that's gonna be enough. Aim for the head, you moron. Love her.
Why does this bat suit look so stupid right there? It looks so cheap.
It just looks like shitty rubber. It just looks so cheap. I think I'll save one for next Christmas. I love this. I don't know why. I've always loved this. Even as a kid, I love like she's just like this like full, like a suicidal penguin.
Yeah, suicidal penguin. She got influence.
Love it. So fucking gross and dark.
That might hurt a wee bit. Fried kitty. Oh, and it blows up. I had to do a couple more explosions real quick.
Yes. Whenever electricity is like undone and someone uses it, you gotta have more explosions.
Well, we had the money for it. Let's do it. Oh, and I love this. Just rises from the water.
Yeah, and he's just like breathing like your fucking dog.
like my dog. Don't you shit on Jabba, you son of a bitch.
For context, Daniel has a fucking pug who has breathing issues, like all pugs do.
It's not as bad as most pugs. His face isn't squished in as most pugs, but he just snores like a motherfucker.
And just drools blood everywhere like this and can't breathe and just want a glass of cold water. This is a Tim Burton thing where all like the characters become shitty like skeletons. Like this happens in like Sleepy Hollow. Everything's and even like in the first Batman when the Joker shocks the guy.
Oh yeah, that's a wonderful scene. I forgot about that when I rewatched it.
So silly. I picked a cute one. I love it. I picked the wrong umbrella.
Oh, poor Frank Reynolds.
I love how I'll murder you momentarily, but first, I just want
Cool.
a nice cold glass of ice water. I love it. Love his ending.
And you see his ass one more time.
Mm-hmm. You need it one more time.
This is my favorite part, the little penguinals.
Yeah,
even though
very,
he just
very real penguins.
he just tried to kill most of his population.
We haven't, yeah, right. I just try to murder all of my penguin brethren, but yeah, give me a fucking Viking burial.
Yeah.
But I guess we haven't said it. Like the makeup effects for the penguin, like Stan Winston, are A+, top notch.
Oh yeah, like I was trying to, like, when I watched it the first time, I was trying to figure out if I assumed the makeup was gonna be shitty, but I was trying to look for like little faults in the makeup, but it looks just great.
The only part is the top of his head, the wrinkles aren't perfect, but
like
it doesn't matter.
Like his forehead, his forehead you can see, but like that, I don't give a crap. I just feel like he's old.
Sometimes, but really most of the time, you're more preoccupied with like the nose and stuff. But yeah, it looks great.
I wish they were playing Ave Maria like they do in the Batman right here as he's going down. Ave Maria.
Could have been worse. They could have played fucking Nirvana.
Oh my gosh. I know why you like the Batman a little bit, because they play Nirvana for you.
That's why I said in our Batman review, I was like, if I was in high school, the Batman movie would be the greatest movie of all time. It's got Nirvana, it's got emo Batman, Robert Pattinson, it's got all the things that any high schooler would want.
I couldn't listen to Nirvana for years because you played Nirvana so much.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Gotta burn it out. Okay, well, the Penguin's dead, Catwoman's not so dead, but Max Shreck's dead. Everything's, I guess, back to normal.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's looking confusingly, per usual.
That's his only mode. Here's my last two Batman quotes, and we'll get to your Penguins. Sometimes the truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded.
Ah, fuck, faith. What? There's no repeats. Oh, god damn it.
There's no. This is a different movie, but we might have talked about this Batman before, though.
Oh god, what other Batman is there? George Clooney. I don't know.
No, this is the Dark Knight. This is the ending when they decide to lie
I'm
about
sorry. Okay,
Harvey Dent.
I was thinking we only do one. Okay, never mind. Okay.
And last one, I have in parentheses, whipping out the Batman credit card. Never leave the cave without it.
There it is. Waiting for the George Clooney one. There it is. Yeah.
Couldn't not have me a George Clooney in my Batman trivia.
Second worst one, probably, after Val Kilmer. And Goodwill
to be discussed. Yeah.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Two more Penguin or Knots.
Do it.
Where is it? Okay. Most penguins are found in South Africa, New Zealand, Chile, Antarctica, Argentina, Australia, and Gotham City. True or false?
I don't know how to answer because Gotham's not real. But
get out of here! It's Chicago, New Jersey.
I'll take the bait. I'll take a falso in that one.
No, I put true, I guess. And then one more, just a fun one. What do cats and penguins have in common? It's not true or false, by the way.
Yeah, well, I was going to say false. They don't have nothing in common. Let's say, I don't know, that they sit on top of their young until they're old enough. I don't know.
False. Both like to eat fish and fuck bats. And then I guess one more true or false on that one is true or false. They also share the term feline.
That sounds a little more accurate, but okay.
Penguins are the feline of birds. That's my quote. I'm not sure it's true. Don't give a crap.
Shane was here in spirit with that kind of trivia you got there, so thank you. Okay, well, thank you for sticking around for this long podcast. Dan, would you recommend Batman Returns?
I guess watch it. It's probably the better of the four. Like we talked about, it's nice. I love seeing Danny DeVito play Frank Reynolds in a movie, but as a Penguin. Batman kind of sucks in it, but it's good. Watch it. It's 2 hours. You can play it while you're doing some cleaning. Especially in the Christmas time, or wrapping some gifts. So yeah, I would recommend it, but not to sit and watch it and critique it like we have.
Oh, I like it a lot. I actually like it a lot more than you do. I think it's the best of the four. I like the visual style. It's Tim Burton before Tim Burton.
And also music produced by Danny Elfman too.
Oh, I was going to mention this.
Yeah.
At the Max Shrek's party, I forgot about this. Like, they're playing Super Freak, but they're doing like a big band version of it. I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Danny Elfman's score. I think the Danny Elfman's theme for Batman is still my favorite. I like the Pattinson one. I know the classic. It's a good one, but Danny Elfman's Batman score is still my favorite. But I recommend it. You can put it on to piss off your spouse and say it's a Christmas movie.
There you go. And laugh and have fun watching it.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I think the only part I don't care for is just, I think Batman doesn't have much to do. That's a Batman problem in most Batman movies, but I like it. I enjoyed it. But thank you for listening in. Thanks, Dan, for being here to do a much better job than Shane, honestly, to fill it in. But that's it from us for Wasted Potential. We'll hopefully see you next year. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed any of this. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Fuck Shane.
Yeah, forget that guy.
Yeah, he's the worst. Hopefully you guys release him soon.
Yeah, hopefully the Swedes release him from their igloo prison.
They won't. He's probably in there at a sexcapade with the frozen fish. Or eating fish with the penguin.
They'll sacrifice him to some kind of like Nordic gods to like Zeus or whatever.
I'll be there for that.
Check us out next time when we go to broadcast live for Shane's Sacrifice.
Ooh, there you go. And we'll watch The Northman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There you go.
And we're out. Perfect.
Yeah, mine's a little bit longer than yours. My bad.
Yours is a fucking a paragraph, so full fucking pages. I love it.
Color Me Rectum was on my.
What's
that?
I was not prepared for that.
Color Me Rectum. I've had that since like early October, and I finally got to use it.
That's beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.